are you, friends? Welcome back to my YouTube channel called Tours Excursions Vallarta. My name is Oscar, your local guide here in Puerto Vallarta. Today's video is about a city tour. We're gonna explore a lot of places that you must visit on your vacation here in Puerto Vallarta. Okay, so stay in this video, but before, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, activate all the notifications, forget the latest news here in Puerto Vallarta or Nuevo Nayarit. I'm gonna give you more information on my social networks. I have TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Okay, there is more content over there. And if you want to support my work, please click on the join button and become a sponsor. Okay, thank you very much for your support. Okay, what about this city tour here with me? It's could be different from other city tours, but with me you're gonna explore the authentic about Puerto Vallarta. I'm flexible with the hours. Normally it's like 4 or 5 hours, depends on I have like some places that you must visit, but if you want to explore more things, I'm flexible and we can do it. Okay, in this tour. If you want to hire me, please go to my website or email me. There is all the contact info on this video description if you want to hire me for this city tour here in Puerto Vallarta. Okay, well, let's start it. Normally my city tour is for 1 people to 4 people. Okay, and on my car with the air conditioned. If you have problems for walking or you're handicapped, something like that, don't worry, we can do the city tour on my car and you can still check some overlooks, overviews, very nice and very easy access. Okay, so stay in this video, I'm going to show you more. Okay, let's start with the city tour here in Puerto Vallarta, but before quiz, a little quiz. Do you know how was founded Puerto Vallarta and what was their first name? The answer for that at the end of the video. Okay, remember Puerto Vallarta was founded on December in 1851. I don't gonna tell you how because it's part of the quiz, but and it has another name. It's part of the quiz too. I don't wanna tell you the name yet. But Puerto Vallarta, the name of Puerto Vallarta was changing in the 20th century because some doctor just decides to put the name of an important lawyer and former governor of Jalisco, Ignacio L. Vallarta. So that's the name, Puerto Vallarta. Okay, and the first place that you must visit Puerto Vallarta is the Malecon. It's an icon, but maybe you don't know, but Puerto Vallarta, the Malecon of Puerto Vallarta, the boardwalk, it's a boardwalk. It was a street. Like 10 years ago, it was a street, but the authorities or their mayor in that time, they just decide to only do a street, but only for pedestrians. But before you can drive through the Malecon with your car, but not anymore. They want to put like a pedestrian street only because they want the tourism enjoy more about the Malecon, and it has a lot of space for artists like painters or performance or dancer. And right now we have comedians on the Los Arcos at the end of the Malecon. I can't say that Los Arcos is the end of the Malecon because you can keep going forward to get to Los Muertos Beach, and but it's we know as that part of like the end because I don't know, like when I arrived here like 3 years ago, it's really ends that part, and right now is the part of the street food in the evening. It's still food over there, but there is more street food on the evening, but during the day You can find like ice cream, homemade ice cream, or flavored water, very fresh, and it's nice because it's very hot in these days. But like 28 years ago, it was only a park, abandoned park over there, and the authorities decide to keep going with the Malecon. That was a great decision. Okay, so the Malecon is the first place that you must visit, and obviously there is a lot of sculptures. There is a lot of sand sculptures on the beach, and there's people working over there, and you can tip. Right now we have the Los Voladores de Papantla, and there is a lot of performance during the day on the Malecon. Don't forget to tip to those people because they only work for tips. Okay, the government only supports by giving like chance to do their performance. Okay, and you can buy some souvenir or some painting. That is great. Okay, and there is some comedians there is comedian shows on the Los Arcs or Los Arcos del Malecon at the end of the Malecon, and it's amazing. It's starting from 7 p.m. in the evening. Okay, it's amazing, and this is the first place that you must visit when you came here in Puerto Vallarta. It's the heart of Puerto Vallarta, and if you never came here to the Malecon, to the sign of Puerto Vallarta, and take a picture, you never been here. Okay, you must came here in this area. Another part that you must visit is the main church of Puerto Vallarta, la iglesia de Nuestra Señora Guadalupe. This is the main church here in Puerto Vallarta. There is more church in the area, and this is the Catholic religion is the most predominant religious here in Mexico and in Puerto Vallarta. You must go over there because our culture is very attached to our religion. Okay, and the religion it's attached with our food too, because we have, like, if you can remember the Day of the Dead, we have the dead bread, and there is the mole. It's came from the religious because the inventor was a monk here in Mexico, and a Spanish monk. This church is very old. It was established in the 19th century, but they decided to build the original one in the 20th century. Okay, and it's very known here for the locals and for a lot of tourism, that there is every year one big party that we call Fiestas Guadalupanas, starting the December 1st to December 12th. If you want to avoid of the crowded or massive crowded in the downtown of Puerto Vallarta, you must to be aware of that, because on these almost 2 weeks there is pilgrims or procession of people to go to the church. It's very cultural and religious, and you want to stay here in Puerto Vallarta on December to see what's happened. You must to book on that dates, because it's amazing. It's very cultural. And obviously the most iconic part of this church is the crown, but this is not was the original crown. Actually, it was like 2 or 3 decorations, and the last one decoration was because it was a big earthquake in Colima State at south of Puerto Vallarta, and the crown, or one of the second decoration of the crown,
fall and was destroyed completely. The new one, it's different, but it's now the actual crown. Okay, and people say there is a copy from a Belgium crown, something like that, but it's not. With no doubt, you must visit this amazing church here in Puerto Vallarta.
Hi friends, well, we are in the middle of the city tour here in Puerto Vallarta, and you can see it's hot here in Puerto Vallarta. It's a lot of humidity, like 70%, partial clouds, but it's very nice. The walkthrough, you need a lot of water at this point because it's hot and a lot of humidity. So we did the walkthrough. We visited the church, the main church here in Puerto Vallarta, and we are in the main square here in the heart of Puerto Vallarta. Next, you have more options. My suggestion is to go to the Isla Rio Cuale, the Rio Cuale Island. This river, almost 1 year ago in September, at the end of September, affected us here in Puerto Vallarta because it was a hurricane, not a hurricane. It doesn't hit Puerto Vallarta, but affect with a lot of water, a lot of rains on the mountains, and came down a lot of water and destroyed some building. One people dying and another people missing. Still, we don't find this woman, and one child died. One kid at 2 years old. That's very sad news for us here in Puerto Vallarta. But we have a new bridge. You will see this new bridge. And we're gonna visit the municipal flea market here in Puerto Vallarta. Okay, let's continue with the tour.
Well, it's time now to visit El Rio Cuale, or they say the island. It's not an island, Isla del Rio Cuale, but it's like two parts of the river that you can visit, or it's like in the middle of the two rivers. That's why they say there is an island. But it's not in the ocean, it's in the middle of the river, and you can go through this island, little island, and you can watch of the souvenirs. You can buy the souvenirs. There is a lot to see, and there is a couple of restaurants over there, and it's amazing. One of the restaurants is the Oscar's restaurant. It's not mine, obviously. And there is the Cuale or the River Cafe. The River Cafe is another restaurant, nice restaurant. When you walk through this Rio Cuale Island, it's very fresh because obviously it's around the river and it's feel very different. Do you remember the last year on this rainy season, the Hurricane Nora hits part of the Pacific Ocean? It doesn't impact directly here in Puerto Vallarta, but affect all the mountains around outside Puerto Vallarta. And with that, all rivers, including the Cuale rivers, gets or got a lot of water and get flooded all this area, collapsing one of the bridges, the first bridge, and collapsing all this nice area. So there is another part was very damaged for that flooded. It was the flea market, municipal flea market, and another building. Two people, well, one woman was missing, and one kid was dying during this hurricane because the building collapse. Was very sad for the community of Puerto Vallarta. Right now we have a new bridge, and it's better and stronger and it's bigger. So we hope that the next rainy season or this season, if there is some hurricane near of Puerto Vallarta, keep it holded or stay strong. This new bridge, we trust in that is gonna hang out or is gonna stay strong. If we have another problems with the rains. Okay, and we're gonna go to the flea market here in Puerto Vallarta. This is the municipal flea market, and this is amazing because here you can find a lot of souvenirs, very very nice, very colorful. These souvenirs, it's amazing. I strongly suggest that you support those people. Okay, and the food is in the second floor and it's amazing. Eating here, the food is amazing. It's very tasty and it's very cheap, like $3 or $4 per person. Is very cheap and it's very tasty. Other areas that you can visit while you're here in Puerto Vallarta, or I can include it on this city tour, it's to go to the overlooks. There is 2 easy overlooks, and there is La Cruz overlook that is kind of difficult. If you have problems with the steps or with your back, or you can walk too much, this is not for you. But if you are great for do exercise, we can go to the overlook of La Cruz. It's amazing. And also I would include it, if you hiring me, to go to Los Arcos and Mismaloya. I don't put that image on this video because you already maybe you already saw my videos and about Mismaloya. Watch those videos in Los Arcos.
Hi friends, well, this is the end of the city tour here in Puerto Vallarta. As you can see, it's not so difficult, but if you can walk long distance, the Malecon is like 1 mile from the beginning of the Malecon, like in McDonald's place, to the Los Arcos, or near from the letters or the sign of Puerto Vallarta. It's 1 mile. Obviously, there's another part where is the street food. Then you turn to the right, to the left, and you can explore the Isla Rio Cuale, the river Cuale. So there is more to see over there. There is the flea market, the municipal flea market. I suggest you to support those people, buying something, whatever. Or you can have a lunch over there. It's very cheap, like $3-4 per meal per person. That is cheap and it's very tasty over there. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you very much for your support, for watching this video. Don't forget to share this video and like this video. Okay, see you in the next time. Bye bye.
Okay, so the answer for the quiz about how was founded Puerto Vallarta and what was the first name of Puerto Vallarta. Well, the first name of Puerto Vallarta was Puerto Las Peñas, and was founded, it was very funny the situation, because one sailor that brings salt from San Blas or from Las Islas Marias, it was so sick to wait to the people who was to receive the salt, so he decided to build some house over there with their family, and was the first family in Puerto Las Peñas. and that's begin with this family and another family, and some people came from another areas, from Talpa, from Mascota, from San Sebastian, and that was the way who or was Puerto Vallarta was founded. It's very funny and interesting. Okay, if you guess, congratulations, you know or you must love Puerto Vallarta. Thank you.